our mentors, our mentees, and our invited guests. We want to welcome you all to this closeout session for the first cohort of the Mentor-Mentee scheme of DSA Technical High School All Students Association. It's happening live here now, December 5th, 2020. So for those that are here, you are making history. So please mark the date in your diaries. Thank you very much for the time. And just a few. It's not moving again.
Hello, I just spoke with Tobo now, so he will join us.
Okay. So just a few points so that we'll have a quiet and smooth meeting. So if you are not speaking, please mute your microphone so that people disturbing in your background will not disturb us inadvertently. If you have the floor, remember to unmute yourself and speak so that we can hear. And if you want to speak, please just indicate by raising your hand, or you drop a message in the chat, and somebody, Kalu or Oyiye, will pick you up from the chat and give you the floor. And if you are given a time to speak, let us try as much as possible to be time conscious, respect the time allocated. So we want to make it as short as possible. The target is to finish before 7 p.m. So we are 2 minutes behind schedule.
So Toba is in-house now.
So this is a plan for what we will do today. So I'm just trying to welcome everybody now, and we will have a brief feedback from the Mentor-Mentee scheme, the first cohort, what we have observed, what we have learned, and some of the things we will do going forward. We will hear from some of our mentees, maybe 2, maybe 3. We'll hear from our mentors as well. And then the president will give us some insight again into the program, and then we'll present certificates to the mentees that have successfully completed the program. Hopefully, 1 or 2 of our invited guests will give us a comment what they think about the program, and Tobo will lead the vote of thanks, and hopefully we will close. So once again, I want to welcome everybody to this closeout session. It has been a long time coming from when Omajua and I thought of this idea some time ago, and we started gathering the team, and we started meeting and did the first induction for mentees in August and mentors, and we kicked off the program, 12 weeks of interaction. I would say it has been a wonderful session, not just for the mentors. Some of the mentees have also learned a lot, and for members of the TMMS Council, I'm sure a lot of us have learned a lot. We tried as much as possible to make the council as diverse as we can. That is number one area of improvement that we will address going forward. We want to make the council as diverse as possible. We want to get younger people. We want to get more female. We want to get different spread of people. THSOSA is so endowed with talent, and we believe we can get even more talents into the TMMS going forward. So that is one area we need to improve. I want to use this opportunity to thank all our mentors who have taken time out of their busy schedule to be part of this program. We appreciate all that you have done. You will hear from the mentees themselves, but it has been a very rewarding time, and we are very grateful. On a personal note, I feel very honored and very privileged to be part of this team that is delivering this maiden edition of this closeout session, to be part of this mentoring team. I feel really honored. I feel privileged to be here, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Thank you, Mr. President, for giving me this opportunity. And on behalf of all our members in the TMMS Council, I want to say thank you to everybody, the mentors and mentees who have taken this program seriously and have brought it to a successful end of the first cohort. We are taking this as the beginning, the very first step, and we hope that in the near future, we will be graduating cohort number 100, cohort number 250 and all that. So we believe it's a good journey we have started, and we are very confident that with the talent we have in THSOSA and more talents from our alma mater, this program will go places. So once again, I thank you all for joining us this evening, and I will hand over the floor to Dr. Anderson Emego, who is the Chairman Board of Mentors for this TMMS program. So Anderson, please, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Austin, and welcome everyone. Welcome our esteemed mentors, our dedicated mentees. Thank you, our invited guests, and to every member of the Central Organizing Committee that worked on this TMMS first cohort. I want to say a big shout out to you for going above and beyond the call of duty. So my task is to share the report, the feedback that we've had analyzing the program over the 12 weeks period. And I will do that very, very briefly. So in my capacity as the chair of the board of mentors, I worked with, we had a pool of over 40 mentors. However, because we shortlisted and started with 27 mentees, so we only assigned those 27 mentees to 27 mentors. Okay, and what then happened was that by the time we started the program, within 2 weeks, 2 of the mentees had dropped out, okay, due to personal reasons. They couldn't commit to the time. So we then had 25 mentees and 25 mentors. So that's what we went into the main program with from the 3rd week. And so essentially at the end of the 12 weeks, what we had done was that at the end of the 6th week, we had a mid mentoring survey where the mentor and the mentee had to give us feedback about whether they were satisfied with the support they were getting from each other. And then at the end of the 12 weeks, we then had a more comprehensive survey from each of the parties. And that's the report I'm presenting, the post-mentoring report, and essentially everything about it. So at the end of the day, this is the mentees summary of the report. So there's the question: are you satisfied with the support or guidance you received from your mentor? Also, 21 mentees responded to that question out of a total of 25 mentees, of which all but 1 were very satisfied with the support we're getting. The only person that was not satisfied was that a mentee whose mentor had unceremoniously gone AWOL for the last almost 6 or 5 weeks of the program, you know, and it was quite sad because they started the relationship on a high. The relationship was cordial. It was very productive up to the time that the mentor became inadvertently absent, and the mentee was left that way. So that we're not surprised to find that feedback of a dissatisfaction from that mentee. But we've taken time to address it. We've had deep conversations with the mentee and provided him support, okay, to address some of the gaps that he was looking to address. And we believe that that has been addressed. And so even though the mentor did not finish the mentoring, the entire program also provided him with an ad hoc mentor to complete that process. So, but because his feedback was about the mentor he was assigned to, that's where that dissatisfaction is coming from. And then if I go to the, so can I have the next slide, please? But I don't think I can control it here. Yes. Okay. So that's the most important question from the mentee's point. So how satisfied were they with the support they got? And of course, all but one. That's 95% were satisfied. So if we come to, so we then have some sample sound bites from the mentees. Okay. So this particular mentor says that what they liked best about the mentoring program was the opportunity of interacting with a professional who has already been through the stage I'm currently in and conquered it. So having me learn from someone's experience and also getting the needed guidance and honest advice. So it was great. That's what that mentee loved. Another mentee had this to say, my mentor's manner of approach is what I loved best, what I liked best. She's so simple and flexible, and I love that. It made listening to her, to her guidance easier. Okay, a lot of the mentees kept talking about the fact that it was great to have guidance, okay, from people more experienced. So yes, and a mentor that was amiable, flexible, okay, and made out time, okay, was very helpful to some of them. So if I go to the next feedback, it gave me access to quality advice that helped me in structuring my future career path properly. Okay, also very, so clarity, okay, was what we were providing, okay, through these mentors. And the last mentee's feedback that we sampled, and by the way, this is just a sample of the many great commendations that they had for their mentors. It gave me the push I needed. Okay, I became accountable because I always have to report something to my mentor. So our mentors took out time out of their busy schedule to continue to follow up, demand that the mentees do things right. You know, that accountability was there. And at the end, for mentees like this was very helpful. And then if we go on to the mentors, okay, now, the mentors, one of the question around how satisfied are they with the progress made by the mentee during the program, okay? Out of the 22, so at the end of the day, 22 of our 25 mentors responded to that, to our post-mentoring survey, of which were satisfied with the progress of their mentees. But 4 of them were dissatisfied with the progress of their mentees. And what was interesting was that virtually every mentor that was dissatisfied with their mentee, as at the midpoint,
I think we have network connection with regards to Anderson's connection. Hello, Anderson, if you can hear me. We kind of lost you for a while, Anderson.
Okay. So where did you lose me?
We lost you where you were saying you wanted to explain the dissatisfaction about the mentors' responses.
Okay, so yes, so thank you so much. So some of the mentors, it was about unprofessional conduct of some of those mentees. Okay, they were not paying attention to details, not following up with the task they were given. Okay, disappearing, putting up disappearing acts, lots of excuses. Okay, just being so unprofessional and disrespectful of the entire process. You know, and not showing a willingness to be helped. Okay, it was like a burden. It was as if, you know, and so it was clear to us, even from the point of the midpoint, that we had to do more to engage these mentees. And for some of them, so we're not surprised with the results we got. So 4 of them eventually had their mentors dissatisfied with them. And for us, if your mentor says they are not satisfied with your performance, that is a clear indication that you've not completed the program. Okay, so something else again that's there is can I see the next slide, please? Is, are you willing, no, the previous one. So are you willing to mentor someone else? Again, so all our mentors, the ones that responded, are willing to mentor someone else again, even the ones who were dissatisfied with their mentees. So 4 were dissatisfied. Of those 4 that were dissatisfied with their mentees, only one of them said they are not willing to mentor again. And I guess it was quite a traumatic, not that traumatic, but quite a disappointing one for that particular mentor. So we've been having conversations around that, but we wanted to say, look, just give us your honest opinion. You know, this is work in progress. We're all learning. This is the first cohort. This is a pilot. So next time we'll probably do better in pairing you with someone who may be more willing and more amenable to receiving support from someone like you, okay? And so those are some of the challenges in a program like this. So sometimes you have mentors who are gifted, who are doing things in a particular area professionally or entrepreneurially, and then you have mentees who have specific needs that they have or career needs, and there's no mentor within the circle that maybe speaks to that specific career needs, and then you are assigned to the next mentor that may be the next best fit. But sometimes you then find that even to some of the mentees or some of the mentors, that's not what they want. They actually want like for like, and that is not always possible. So we look forward to having a greater pool of more mentors that can allow us address some of these kind of challenges even better. So if I go to the next, the sample feedback from mentees, from mentors rather. Please, next slide. Okay, so the key things we were asking, which we are sharing, there's a lot more, was what was the key achievement that the mentee, okay, made during the course of the mentoring program? What are the next steps, and what did you like best about mentoring? So in terms of this mentor said, well, the achievement of the mentee was that she set up a business and had her first gig, which was a significant step, a milestone. She sent me photos and a short video of the event she decorated. I was really proud of her. She has also been having conversations with me about her actions to improve on her self-confidence, which is good. And the next steps for this mentee, the mentor recommends, is self-confidence and knowledge of how to properly run a business is what she needs to go develop further. And then what this mentor liked about the mentoring program was that the opportunity to make a difference in the life of a young person. Sometimes they are just clueless and could use the wisdom and guidance that our experience affords. And I'm sure a lot of the mentors will agree with this kind of sentiments, and there were quite a number of that. So if I go to the next case study, so this other mentor had this to say, that the achievement of the mentee was he was able to complete an assessment, create individual development plan, set up one-on-one sessions with industry thought leaders, and these were two of them. One of them was an ex-Ford employee working with Nestle in Asia, okay, and an oil and gas maintenance leader. So two persons. And by the way, this is very significant because there's this mentor we had that is somewhere in Asia, okay, that's almost like 8 hours ahead of us, and has made time, okay, to be able to coordinate with the mentee that's here. They're 8 hours ahead of us. He keeps having meetings, organized 2 Zoom meetings with very senior people in the area that this mentee was interested in. And those people had one-on-one sessions from that. So that level of access and network is what this kind of program gives. And we're highly indebted to mentors like this who went above and beyond the call of duty. So it's that both sessions allowed him to further review his future role profile fit, and development plans. The sessions were unique networking opportunities, and this needs to be sustained. Lastly, to continue active learning on leadership development materials shared. Okay. The next steps for this mentee was to continue to work on time management and decision making. For a start, developing skill sets to deal with ambiguity and pushing back on tasks. So negotiating timelines will help, okay, to grow in this area. On top of this, continue to build a strong support network for his job search in the weeks ahead. Lastly, case studies to grow strategic thinking where they were not completed, okay, due to time constraints is what this mentee should continue doing. And then what this mentor liked best about the program is that it's an excellent opportunity to give back to my alma mater and stretch the mind and capabilities of a growing THSOSA talent. Create opportunity for exposure to my network. Okay, so that was also great. And I think then we go to the final, I think this should be the final mentor report, a sample that we're sharing. Here, this was the case of a mentee who she got to intern as a radio presenter over the course of this mentoring program. She won a writing competition. She published her first spoken word poem. She's able to write longer poems and write more frequently for our weekly online publication. our next steps is that of self-confidence. So she needs to build that self-confidence. And what this mentor liked best about the program is that the relationship we developed in such a
Hello, it's like we lost Anderson again. We'll just give him a while to come back on.
The mentor and the mentee dedicated time.
Sorry, Anderson, we kind of lost you for a while there.
Okay. So
for the last 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay,
now.
Because I can hear you loud and clear. So where did you lose me again? Where did you lose me again?
I think
Where did I lose?
On the green side of the slide.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so I was saying that so what they liked best, what this mentor liked best was that the relationship the mentee and mentor developed in such a short time from the very regular conversations. And I was saying that the beauty of this kind of report is that we had so many of them, the vast majority were like this. And the beauty of it is that where the mentor and mentee developed a strong rapport, okay, we're very definite about adding value to each other and not taking each other for granted. Okay, we're able to see results like this: greater clarity, okay, greater goal setting ability, and people completing tasks, people having more clearer focus about what they should be doing about their career. You know, some people started certification programs. A lot of people finished a number of online courses in areas that they probably would not have touched. Okay, so it was a whole lot of stuff that we saw happening. Okay, and I think is there any more slide here?
No.
I think that should be. Yeah, so essentially what I want to say is that we owe a big debt of gratitude to the mentors that have come on this program, including the mentors that were not even, that didn't get to be allocated anyone. You know, we had mentors saying that, look, if for any reason, you know, you still need our support, maybe for whatever reason, another mentor may be indisposed, okay? Even though they've been assigned to a mentee, we're ready to step in, we're ready to support. You know, all we ask is that keep the lines of communication coming so that we get to know what's happening. And we tried our best to also let them know at every stage what we're still doing. So you find that some of them are even on this call. So all through this 12 weeks of the program, they didn't mentor anyone. And they kept, you know, they kept in touch, they kept following up, we kept sending them feedback, and we're very encouraged that they still stayed with us, okay, all through this period. And hopefully when there's the next cohort, we should be able to give them, assign them mentors, mentees that they can also support. So we're really very grateful for the pool of mentors that we've had. And we're exceptionally also grateful for the mentees, okay, who stepped up and decided to be part of this program, okay, and were willing to commit to being supervised, being guided, being supported. And it's a big shout out to everyone. So thank you, everyone. And I think that's all I have for now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Anderson, for the wonderful feedback. And I'm sure those of you that have been there from the beginning will see the positive impact already. We'll just get 2 quick videos. Let's see if we can get them to work properly.
While we're waiting for the video, I would just like to encourage those of us who's that don't have our names along with our device. Kindly rename your device with your name. So for our record, it will help us, please. Like we have somebody whose device is showing the phone number. We appreciate you could rename it to your name, please. Thank you. All right, so Austin, you have the floor still.
So I will just try to, I will try to get the videos now. TMMS. Okay. Okay, so can you Okay, I will try to broadcast again. So can you hear?
Recently concluded THSOSA Mentor-Mentee scheme.
Yeah, we can hear. Though it's kind of low.
A great privilege to have been picked as one of the first mentees in this maiden edition.
You can't hear anything.
A really interesting and very
I can hear, only that it's kind of faint.
Mr. Anderson, the head mentor. Like sir, you have really.
Okay, let me try something else.
Austin, unfortunately, I don't think you can do anything because the original video clip, when I listened to it initially, our voice was low at
Low.
the beginning.
Good day, everyone. My name is.
So maybe we can do it without. Maybe we can do without. Without it.
Is this better?
It seems fair. Unless we can.
Still low. You can't hear.
I learned how to use Google collaboration tools in creating, editing, organizing, and sharing documents across multiple individuals in real time. I also was able to complete several IBM digital skills courses, and I even got a badge to show for it. Through a series of exercises given to me by my mentor, I was able to improve my public speaking skills to a really, really good extent. And I expressed interest in the culinary world, and my mentor was able to set up a meeting with me with a respected businesswoman in the UK, and she gave me tips, and
Should we
just had a really productive talk. And I want to use this medium to give a really big shout out to my mentor, Mr. Deji Famakinwa, for his excellent composure, teaching me very calmly, and the environment he created, the learning environment he created for us. I also want to thank the THSOSA, everybody behind that's responsible for this program. It was a really great opportunity for me, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Okay, so sorry for the poor audio quality. And, hopefully we will get better. So that's a few of the feedback from the mentees themselves. So we want to take real life feedback from one or two mentors. Anderson, do you want to nominate the mentors, please?
I think we should leave it open. If there's anyone that they can indicate by raising their hand or putting or maybe type into the chat box. We have quite a number of mentors here, so.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, maybe
Some
I
of
should.
our mentors, please. Can you? Who wants to? Yeah.
Omo, do you want to say something about your mentee and the program?
I think the mentors, and I'm surprised mentors are shy, and someone has dropped a comment, you guys are very vocal people, so you can't be shy. And by the way, Omar was the person who initiated this closeout. She suggested it, and so she made it happen, and so we want to hear from you, please, one or two of you at least. Thank you.
Okay, Stephen.
Oh, Stephen's hand is open, is raised.
Yes, Stephen, please go ahead and speak. Unmute your mic and speak.
All right. Good evening, all. Firstly, I want to.
Good evening.
I want to commend everybody for putting up this program. From my side, I would say it's a right step in the right direction. It was also a good experience for me as a mentor as well. When I got in touch with my mentee, it was, a slow start initially, but I would say I was fortunate to have a mentee who was kind of aligned in my own area. So it was very easy for me to give him the guidance he needed at that time. And he was a good listener as well. He kept to my timing. Even when I was offline for a period, he checked on me for a few while when I was out of touch, because my job took me out of incommunicado for a while. So when I came back online, I saw his messages and all that. He's been trying to reach me, and it was good. And when he needed guidance, he did open up to me, and we spoke at length. Even if we didn't make phone calls, but this we chatted at length, and I was able to get him through some gray areas, some from my personal experiences, but I kind of found out that he was going through a phase, and he needed to get a direction. So thank God we were able to go through the phase together, and he got a clearer picture, and I thank him for listening, and it was a good one, honestly. I must commend you guys for putting it up. So as long as we have the opportunity, we'll continue to avail ourselves for mentoring people. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve. That is really wonderful. I made a note of some of the things you've said. I'm going to maybe recap them towards the end. Thank you very much. Madam Blessing Odion, can we hear from you, please? Any other mentor willing to give us a quick feedback?
Uriemi's hand is up.
Okay, Uriemi, please.
You have the floor.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Uriemi, and I had a mentor or rather a mentee who was in my current field of work. So, and she was still kind of like trying to round up her examinations. So we spoke at length in that, encouraging her. And I didn't bombard her so much because I know the stress of preparing for examination. But just as Stephen said, I kept in touch with my mentor, just sending encouraging text messages until she was done with her examinations, and we carried on talking about that. I think I think the good thing about it is that's a link with another generation and being able to be helpful. My mentee was very, very nice, very cordial, and I think we can. Personally, I will recommend this, and you guys should still look for mentors for me too. So all those are our dinosaurs as well. So that so I can be a mentor to some of them as I mean a mentee to some of them as well. Anyway, just joking anyway. But it was a real good session. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uriemi. Madam Blessing, please, you have the floor.
Okay, good evening. Sorry, I'm nowhere I can use my video right now. I hope you can hear me.
Clearly.
Okay, so it was interesting to say the least. I got a mentee who was in my former field of banking, and she's also a science person and also wanted to be an entrepreneur, which is kind of the sum of my life, as in the phases I've been through. I'm doing right. So it was pretty quite a seamless flow for me to encourage her on the path she wanted to take during the course of the mentoring. There were times we couldn't meet because of challenges from our side. There were times I had to shift the meetings because of my home front with the kids not being free at the time. But one thing I want to say was that this also presented an opportunity for me to assess myself, because while I was mentoring her, I had to also ask myself the questions I was asking her, and I had to make sure that I was not going to be found wanting in the things I was telling her to do. Because it's easy to tell someone to do something and not do it yourself. So, you know, being the example, in fact, in my business, I call it show, not tell. You show someone what to do and they're easily able to copy that, then you just telling them, go do it. And it helped because several times when we were supposed to report back on something and she was like, was not ready, I said, no, we'll go back. Until we get this done, we're not moving from this point. Until this is achieved, we're not going to talk about anything else until we do this one thing, until we focus on this one thing. And it helped because at the end of the time of the mentorship program, in fact, I didn't even know, it ran very fast. I was like, okay, let's bring back our checklist that we started with and cross mark what we've done. And it was quite a lot. It was good to see that we've made progress from where we started, and right now she's on the path to achieving the main thing she wanted to do with the mentorship, which wasn't something we could do in 12 weeks. It's more than that kind of a time frame thing. But then we got so much progress. I really want to say it was great because it just brings back the fact that you have to be accountable as yourself. It doesn't matter what we're called, we're mentors, we're mentees. If you're not accountable, if you can't stand for what you say you teach, then don't teach it. And that's really, really brought it to fair. People call me coach, people call me this. And it's something that I tell myself, you can't fail because people are looking up to you. And I drummed that into my mentee. I remember there was one point she had a challenge in the banking work, and I had to tell her from my experience what I'd gone through in exact the same scenario. And by the time we're talking the next time, the situation had changed in the office because she followed the advice I was able to give. So I think this was a good one. Pairing people with people who they can match their kind of life was also a key thing that the board did, and it was really great because bringing people who have similar ideas, similar goals, or similar kind of a path or journey was very helpful. So this should go on. I'm willing to do this again and again and again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for it. Thank you for it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Blessing, for your time. We really appreciate the feedback. So we'll run quickly now to the national president to say a few words and then present the certificate. And then we will take comments from people that are here that are not one of our mentors yet.
Can I share my experience, please?
Okay, 1 minute. One minute.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Sorry for joining late. My own case was unique. I want to thank everyone for the program, Anderson, for the good job you've done, the president. So my own mentor was of the opposite scenario. I initially contacted him, but he declined. So I left an open door to him. I told him, I tried to probe to know his problem. He said he was having some issues at the moment and that he would think into it. So all through it was open, but he never got back to me. What I'm saying is there are some that at this case, at this borderline case, I remember I spoke extensively about issues like this with Anderson. And coincidentally, this program would have helped him get out of the stress he was in. So, but I just want to, what I'm saying is that we all should not be deterred. Have faith in this, but the overall aim should not be deterred. That's just all I have to say. Thank you once more.
Thank you very much, Prof, for your feedback. So, Omajua, you have the floor, please. Hello, Omajua, can you unmute yourself?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. A very good evening, everyone. I'm super excited to see this coming, this particular section of the mentoring stuff coming to an end, which is the closeout section for the first batch we are having. And I'm really grateful for the mentees that volunteer to be the guinea pig of this experiment, and the mentors, I can say the governing council. Austin mentioned that because it's something we discussed, and a lot of people played some roles reviewing the original document before we now went to the implementation stage. So it's great to see us arriving at this particular stage today. And like I don't know, I think I've mentioned it once or twice. This concept and starting it, coming to this particular stage we are, took us 3 years to get the concept right. Look for people that can fit in every role that we want to achieve this. And I'm really grateful that everybody aligned, even up to the mentees that we have to deliver the final stuff to. I'm really, really happy. But one thing I want to say, I shared it in our TMMS WhatsApp group in the morning. When I woke up this morning, there was a WhatsApp message I saw, and the title was Die Empty. Die Empty. The title actually of a book by one Todd Henry. Just a few excerpts from the book, according to what was shared. And I want to just read some part of it, and I will not talk much anyway. It said the true meaning of the word, that is die empty, is to die empty of all the goodness that is within you. Deliver it to the world before you leave. If you have an idea, perform it. I believe TMS will do that for us. If you have knowledge, give it out, and I believe TMS will do that for us. If you have a goal, achieve it, and I believe TMS will do that for us. If you have resources, assist the less opportunity, I believe TMS will do that for us. Love, share, and distribute. Do not keep inside. Then where I really got touched in that particular writer, it was towards the end when the writer said something. He said, "We are as rich as those whom we have impacted. If you walk through this life and was known only for the for the great parties you threw, the choice cars you drove, or the palatial mansions you built, without any benefit to humanity, you will take your poverty of mind to the grave. Yet no one will remember to put a flower in your memory." So I believe what we have done as regards this mentoring program is to reach out to people, engage both the mentors and the mentees. At the end of the day, we belong to a body, which is THSOSA, to deliver a common good to everyone. And I see one of these days, we are talking about mentoring, mentors mentoring the mentee. I believe one of these days it will be the reverse, where we have reverse mentoring, where some of the mentees will be mentoring the mentors. It's possible. And I want to appreciate again everybody that has worked as it does to see this come to fruition. I really appreciate you, the mentor, Anderson, because Anderson's stage was like the last bridge to cross, and he did that fantastically well. Let me put it that way, because he had to engage both the mentor and the mentee to be sure that they are aligned on the same page and on the same paragraph at every point in time. and he did that very, very well. I'm really impressed, and to the governing council for us aligning to the vision. You are all awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ajuya. What we just do now is, Ajuya will just say a word about the certificate that the mentees will receive.
Okay, this is on the screen is the certificate we are presenting to each of the mentees. And let me just say something about this certificate. It was designed by a THSOSA member who is still in the university. In fact, he back and forth. You can just look at it as one sheet of paper, but if I tell you that we went through this almost like 30 times doing corrections here and there, it's amazing. But the certificate is, I just want to highlight something. It's a certificate of completion for the 12-week period. And each of the certificates, we have the mentee's name, and also it has a serial number, which if you look at the top right, you see the serial number there. That serial number indicates the B means batch, the batch. Then the 1 is for this one. This is batch 1. So by the time we're having batch 2, we have B2. And why the 2020 is telling us the date. Then why the XX you are seeing there is for the particular batch, the mentee, when you list them, we have to arrange them in alphabetical order. So the way their names appear in alphabetical order, that is the way the numbering will be. So if we have 18 mentee, that means 001 is the first person going by alphabetical order. That is finishing from batch 1 in 2020, and the serial number like that. So we'll be sending the soft copy out to each of the mentee. Then below you have the director of program, who is Austin Oko, is signed, and you also have Dr. Anderson, who is the chairman board of mentors too, who is signed. So this is all about the certificates to acknowledge that they've completed the 12-week THSOSA Mentor-Mentee skill mentoring section on this day, December 25th, 2020, the year of our Lord. Thank you.
Yeah, so congratulations to all the mentees that have successfully completed the program. You will get your certificate before close of business on Monday. Thank you very much. So we want to go back to the floor. If there is anyone in the house who wants to say 1 or 2 things about the program. Another 2 minutes each. If you have the floor, you have 2 minutes.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm Deji Akinpelu. This is my first time of being in this on this platform with you. I got invited, I got aware of this mentoring platform through Engineer Silvanus Ajuya, who happens to be our chairman at NIEEE. Can everyone hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Hear you loud.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, and I must confess, I must really admit this, I'm really impressed by what you people are doing. I'm really impressed. I'm somebody that is so passionate about mentoring the upcoming youth and teenagers. In fact, it's aware I have an initiative on that. And when you told me about this, I said, okay, I would like to also be part of it. I would like to learn, observe, and of course, rub minds with the people who are already into this. And though I joined very late, I had to be in the office and I got home very late, but I must confess you are doing a great work. You are in fact, I met one of the people, one of the mentors talking about or giving a feedback, and I got so fulfilled about what THSOSA, if I'm right, what this association is doing. I commend your efforts, sirs and mans, and I believe that the upcoming generation, when they get there, they will look back to say thank you. This is not cheap. It's not easy to mentor anyone. I was staying with someone today in the office, a final level student who came to see me on something like this too. And I know that this is a great job. This is a life-changing job. It's a life-changing process. And I just want to appreciate what everyone is doing. Thank you, SARS and MAS. And I would love to also be part of the next one, by God's grace. That's my comments. I want to mute myself now.
Thank you very much, madam, for your feedback. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hello.
Okay, Rolly, please
can you speak louder?
Can everyone hear me? Hello?
Yes, loud and clear.
I just want to say kudos to the team, kudos to our national president for his
It's like you're far from your phone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, could you be more audible, Rolly? Maybe bring your phone closer to your mouth.
This is the best I can do.
Yeah,
Hello.
it is better now. Just keep it like this.
Can you hear me now?
Very well. Please keep it like this.
Okay. So I was saying I want to say kudos to our national president for his foresight in bringing up a program like this. I know it's a refreshing program. And to all the mentors for the time. I know this time is not cheap. It is something that persons actually pay for. So for people to actually devote their time to mentoring people is not a cheap one. I want to, on behalf of all the mentees, say a big thank you to you all. And then for the mentees, they actually told themselves that, oh, saw this as an opportunity and keyed into it. I know this is something they'll look back to someday and thank God that they were smart to seize the opportunity. And big congrats to all of them too. And to the mentors too, because I know as you train, you learn more. Well done, sirs. Well done, every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rolly, for the wonderful feedback. Let me terrorize somebody.
John Umukoro has indicated interest to say something.
Dr. John Umukoro, I think.
Yes, yeah, Dr. John Umukoro.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes, you have the floor for 90 seconds.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay, I want to quickly appreciate. Good evening. I want to quickly appreciate the national president for this foresight. I am really very excited seeing people like Austin Opo, Emego. These are people whose stories growing up really inspired us, and to bring up this initiative of mentoring the younger ones is a very huge one. I want to tell all the mentees that have benefited from this program that they should never take this for granted. I have seen people that pay as much as ₦1 million every year for mentorship. Please don't take it for granted. If you can have one-on-one with the kind of people that are handling this program here today, everything you have learned, I want to tell you to run with it. And there's no way your life can ever remain the same. Thank you very much. And God continue to bless all of you for what you do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Umukoro. Dr. Mukoro, really appreciate the feedback. I can see Bernard Ogenekebe, you have 55 seconds.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Just a very brief one. I want to thank the organizers of this program. It has been an inspiring time for both mentors and mentees alike. And I want to say congrats to all the mentees. And we hope that what you have learned during these 12 weeks will go a long way to help you achieve your dreams. Want to thank the organizers again and tell them that we should keep this going. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Bernard. We appreciate that. Somebody wanted to say something. Let me give you 60 seconds. Olive Okorefe.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Mr. President, good evening, and once again, congratulations on another milestone delivered. To all my seniors, I want to say good evening and thank you for the awesome job you guys are doing. Like Oremi said, I don't mind being a mentee because it's not easy having this crop of minds, men and women who want to give you what they have. Not everybody wants to give, not everybody wants to serve. I just want to appreciate you all for what you gave. You have sown seeds, and the multiplied harvest you guys will reap for what you have done. For the mentees, like Bernard said, you need to put in what you have learned. And Mr. Mukoro said, it's not cheap what you have gotten. Some people pay a lot for what the mentees have gotten. So congratulations to all mentees, and put to practice what you have learned. And also, you could be mentors to others who will need your advice as well. Well done, everybody, and thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much, Olive. We appreciate all this feedback. I know some people still want to give feedback, but we have to hang it here. We are 10 minutes behind.
She want to say something.
Yes?
Austin, can I come in? There's an Oyemachi Bogechi, one of the mentees that has been sending a message that he wants to give a feedback. He's been saying that for a while. So
he or she will have the opportunity to speak just before Tobo.
Okay, that's fine.
And just before Tobo. So
okay, thank you.
I think we're actually almost there now. So I'll call on Tobo. The reason I said just before Tobo, because Tobo is going to speak on behalf of everybody because he's playing two roles. He's playing the role of a member of the council of the TMMS, and he's playing the role of dean of students, which the bulk of the people in this first cohort were people from THSOSA and people that just graduated, which Tobo has been doing a very fantastic job pulling and pushing into the association. So Tobo and the mentee, you have the floor now. You will say your comment, your feedback for 60 seconds, and then Tobo will give the vote of thanks for the evening.
Monday, how about me now?
We would have loved to take your own, just be typing it. We can read it out before we close.
Sorry, Austin, I was thinking that it would be better for one of the mentees to give the vote of thanks if after Tobo makes his comment.
I agree with you, Amojo. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but we'll hear from Tobo briefly, and then, okay, so the mentee that wanted to speak, Anderson, was there?
Yeah, Bogechi Oyemachi, can you please unmute and speak?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm Victor Machi. I just want to thank the organizers of this Mentee Mentor program for giving us the opportunity to actually get vital information and knowledge and clarity on what we have to do next. Basically, for us that just came out from the university not long ago. Sorry for not speaking earlier on. I was tied up with work. I'm in the field right now, and my mentor has been of great help to me concerning my career and academic pursuits. I studied civil engineering, but for the past few years, I've been working in the oil and gas related companies. So I've been having the issue of how to switch over from civil, or how to combine both oil and gas and civil engineering and see where they intertwine and try and have a definite path for my career goals. And Mr. Steven has been of great help to me. He has been of tremendous help, even when he was tied up with work, and also when he had some personal issues to handle. He still left his call line and lifeline open for me to reach out to him anytime I have issues. And he's been able to guide me on the right path to take, basically, and what to focus on for now. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and I thank everyone for this brilliant setup and for actually thinking of this idea. It's really a great one. So I owe THSOSA a great deal of appreciation. So thank you everyone for this great opportunity.
Thank you very much, Oyemachi, for the wonderful feedback. Thank you very much. So can we hear from Tobo briefly? And is it Oyechi or who will give the vote of thanks on behalf of the mentees?
Good evening, everyone. It's been a very beautiful 90 days running for the program. I want to say thank you to all the mentors. I love you guys. I love you all. A wonderful work done here. And to every mentee who dedicated his or her time to be part of this, to benefit from this program, I love you too. It's a good one. I believe and know by the grace of God we will continue with this program and have it even better than it is now. Thank you all and hope to meet with you all again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tobo. So one of the mentees to give a general vote of thanks, not just to your mentor now, but to everybody.
Good evening, all. I'm really pleased to be part of both sides of the coin, the planning side and the beneficiary as well. It was a good opportunity to mix, and of course, being on the planning side, I will continue to still benefit, even though others have graduated actually, but I have not graduated since I'm still with the bosses. So I want to just say that the mentees should not stop learning just because they've graduated. The number of mentees who have actually successfully graduated, it doesn't mean that learning stops there and then. It's actually has just begun, especially for those of us who just left uni. So we thank you so much, and we hope that though the mentorship has officially ended, we hope that we can always reach out to our mentors whenever possible that we need them, since we will continue learning for time to come. So thank you so much, everyone, mentees and our bosses and our mentors.
Thank you very much, Oyechi, for the vote of thanks. I think we have come to the end of the closeout session. For those of you that don't know Oyechi, when we talked about diversity at the beginning, Oyechi is one of the new graduates of THSOSA, and she's also a member of the TMMS Council. So we're looking at diversity, not just programmed mentoring for 12 weeks. We also want to get some younger people into the TMMS Council to see how it works internally, how you can do this kind of jobs outside your day job, outside your paying job as well. It's also part of the mentoring. So just before I close up, I just want to highlight some of the things from all what has been said today. I just want to highlight some of them and for us to take home. So when Anderson was talking, he talked about honest opinion. When we were doing the feedback, midterm review and end of mentoring review, we got honest opinion, and we hope that next time we will continue to get honest opinion. We call on our mentees to be courageous in their feedback. Don't be afraid that, oh, if you say this, your mentor will be angry. No, your mentor doesn't see what you say. it is only the council that sees, and with your honest and courageous feedback will improve the program. There was somebody that said that the mentee was reaching out, even when the mentor was out of reach, the mentee was reaching out. I felt that was very good. Somebody said it was a link for me to the younger generation, another fantastic one. A period of self-assessment as a mentor. So for you to mentor somebody, you also think. So it's a win-win. And then some mentors even were not so excited that the program was coming to an end. Not mentees or mentors. They were not so excited that the program was coming to an end because they were also enjoying it. And the national president made the comment that we are as rich as those who we have impacted. On this note, I say thank you very much. And in the words of Ichazogwa Okoduga, I leave you with his famous quote that a footprint made on the ground is not made by sitting down. Thank you very much, everybody, for the wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Good night.